Thinning, crepey skin, skin tears, bruises, stretch marks, all of those can occur more easily and readily as we get older because we begin to lose more and more of that all-important collagen that's the structure that holds everything together in our skin. This is perhaps one of the most often asked questions that I get as a skincare expert. I've been getting this same question for 38 years, and now that I'm in my 60s, it's something that I have to deal with as well. And that is, how can I improve the health and thickness of my skin, and further, how can I quickly heal those stretch marks, those tears, those bruises? And believe it or not, one of the most effective ways to treat these types of aging skin issues is with the use of all-natural, holistic-based oils. Now, some of these oils that we've discussed here on the channel have been in use for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations discovered that they work very, very well, and today we have scientific research and studies that have backed up those very same claims that people who have used these techniques and treatments found worked. So what I've done today is to take all the information that I've talked about here on the channel with these various oils for these various issues and put them together in one video for you so you can watch that video today and learn which type of oil goes with which type of issue and actually how to use them and what kind of results you should see. Today's video is broken into chapters for you so you don't have to write this stuff down. You can skip around, come back to the oils that were meaningful to you. And of course, the link to find anything that I talk about in today's video will be listed down in the video's description below the video. That said, I'm going to shut up now and let's jump in and learn how these ancient oils can make a huge difference in the health and look of your skin as you get older. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You know, thinning skin, even sensitive and crepey skin, something that happens to creep up on a lot of folks as they get older, and it can be very difficult to address. In fact, if left untreated, it can lead to things like skin tears and scarring on the skin. But the good news is there are some all-natural oils that actually can make a big difference in this type of skin condition. So sometimes natural is better. Thinning skin can also be a condition that is genetically predisposed in a lot of families. I know that in my own family, particularly with the women in my family, my mother and my grandmother, this was a condition that they really did struggle with, especially after they were 50 years old, which is what led me back in the earlier days of my holistic esthetician experience of finding these natural approaches that actually really helped and made a big difference. And what's interesting, in my 37 years of doing skincare, these particular approaches to thinning skin still play out as the best remedies for repairing the structure of the skin, helping to thicken it back up and to increase and encourage collagen production. Now, if you happen to be new to my channel and not familiar with who I am, I'm Chris Gibson. As I said, a skincare expert. I've been doing skincare 37 years, helping people find skincare that will work for them, not empty their wallets, and not do them more harm than good. So if that's the kind of content you've been looking for here on YouTube, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. So we're going to get right into this. These natural oils offer a plethora, I love that word, plethora, of benefits for skin in general anyway. But when it comes to thinning, crepey, and sensitive skin, they can be a game changer. And the scientific reason for this are the special properties that these oils contain. Number one on the list, oleic acid. These acids resemble the fatty acids that naturally occur in your skin and are a potent anti-inflammatory skin softener. Provides deep moisturization, skin cell regeneration, making it a vital ingredient in repairing your skin's barrier, which helps maintain your skin's integrity. Then there's linoleic acid, which is another fatty acid that's really integral to maintaining the structures of your skin and its barrier function. And we often find a deficiency in this when it comes to excessively dry or thinning skin. Replenishing it helps your skin's moisture balance and improves your skin's actual texture. This acid is pivotal in promoting overall skin health and resilience. Then there's palmitoleic acid, which actually helps speed up the repair process in the cells of your skin. Carotenoids, which are antioxidants that help combat free radical damage and environmental stresses on your skin, and are directly responsible for helping give your skin a more youthful appearance. So really important when it comes to the overall health and structure of our skin, helping to reverse, maintain, and support your skin against thinning skin issues. First on the list is avocado oil, which has a 70 to 80% oleic acid concentration, along with a 1% phytosterol. It provides antioxidant and anti-inflammatory protection, helps improve and encourage collagen production, and its emollient nature helps protect your skin against transepidermal moisture loss, something we want to avoid, especially in dry, crepey, or thinning skin. Next on the list is one of my all-time favorites, which is sweet almond oil, generally providing 60 to 80% oleic acid along with B-sitosterols and phytosterols. Again, high in vitamin E, it encourages collagen production. It really can improve the plumpness, thickness of your skin, and especially the amount of elasticity by helping to even out the collagen padding just under the skin. Next up on the list is one we've talked about here on the channel a lot, and that is rosehip oil, which is essential for skin elasticity and firmness. It's also rich in vitamin A, carotenoids, which help improve collagen production as well. So any of these, alone or mixed together, inexpensive oils can really make a long-term difference in the health and look of thinning skin. Now, I will put links down below in the video description box for my recommendations for these types of oils. And we've also talked on the channel at length about other oils like castor oil and ancient oils like frankincense, myrrh, and sandalwood, all of which supply superior anti-aging properties and also contribute to very healthy skin. Cue all the groans. Stretch marks. We're going to be talking about stretch marks in the skin and what you can do to improve them, even making them almost invisible. And I know a lot of you have been waiting on this video ever since the video on cellulite came out. And while they are, of course, two very different conditions in the skin, some similarities between them and the way they are treated actually do exist. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel today and not familiar with who I am, I'm Chris Gibson, skincare expert. I've been doing skincare for 37 years, really long time. Here to help folks like you find skincare that will work for you, not empty your wallet and not do you more harm than good. So if that's the kind of content you've been looking for from someone who's been walking the talk, you're in the right place. I hope you stick around and subscribe. All of that out of the way, stretch marks. Now, stretch marks are actually a scar. Yes, a scar. And what happens, just as the name implies, the skin gets stretched in some sort of manner and it creates a scar. In the healing process, these are usually red or purple, and that fades. That's from the inflammation, and it leaves sort of a silvery gray line in the skin. And this can happen at any age. There are infants that actually get stretch marks. Of course, during puberty, when people have growth spurts, that can cause them. Most of you ladies are familiar with the stretch marks that can occur or do occur with pregnancy. Quick weight gain, quick weight loss, muscle growth from workouts, something that I am familiar with myself because I work out a lot. I actually do combat stretch marks myself. And some medications and even genetics can all play a role on where these form and how visible they are. So enough about stretch marks and how they occur, but what can you do about them? Well, there are a lot of methods out there, creams designed to help with these. Clearly, an approach to preventing them during things like pregnancy or workouts all should be looked at. But the good news is, when you have them, there is one specific type of oil, an all-natural oil, that has been shown in clinical studies and, of course, in people's own personal results to really provide fast improvement, reducing the look of these, almost making them invisible because, again, it's a scar. It's not going to go all the way away. And, of course, helping to prevent future stretch marks. And while this particular oil has been used in beauty and skincare throughout centuries, it is really super effective because of its high concentration of vitamin A and E and essential fatty acids, things that the skin actually can absorb and help improve not just the surface look of these, but the overall health of the skin in that area. And that oil is argan oil. All of us have heard the most about argan oil when it comes to improving the health and look of the hair, but it's a really amazing emollient oil for skin, especially when it comes to these stretch marks. The essential thing to know about this particular oil, which is not really an essential oil, it's an emollient oil, is the way in which it can help improve these. First, beyond its ability to help nourish and improve the skin's health, it really does help improve skin elasticity and moisture balance and levels. That's going to help plump out the skin, make it look much more even, smooth, and much more well tolerated than some of the actual essential oils that we would think about, like lavender oil. That's not to say you cannot mix argan oil with other essential oils like frankincense, myrrh, or even lavender to get great skin results. But when it comes to stretch marks, that's actually not necessary. Argan oil on its own has anti-inflammatory properties. So if you're already seeing that red to purple scarring happen in the stretch mark, applying argan oil and massaging it in can help actually speed up the circulation in the skin, also reducing inflammation and making those marks go away much faster. The other wonderful thing about this particular oil is that it helps encourage new cell growth and it sparks collagen production. It even provides a degree of protection from UVA and UVB light. And while I would not call this a sunscreen on its own, it does have properties that help the skin protect itself from the damaging effects of the sun. All right, so then how do we apply and use argan oil when it comes to stretch marks? You want to apply this oil directly to the skin and massage it in. It works better if the skin is clean and hydrated, so after a shower or a bath is a perfect time to apply this oil. You can do it a couple of times a day, massaging it lightly into the area that you're trying to treat. And one of the great things about argan oil when used on the skin is it absorbs very quickly, so it doesn't leave greasy residue on the surface of the skin. Your skin actually pulls the oil in with all of those benefits and is able to start using it immediately, which is what provides the immediate improvement in the look of stretch marks. And any areas that you have that are prone to these, you would want to use the oil, say, before a workout. If you're pregnant, you can massage the oil in around the areas where stretch marks would occur. And in those cases, always making sure that your medical professional knows that you're going to be applying an oil to prevent stretch marks, just so they are aware of what you're applying to your skin. The other thing that I would tell you to consider is to make sure that you look at the oil that you're purchasing should you decide to use an oil like this. You want an organic Moroccan argan oil that's pure. This is the one I use. It's certified USDA organic. I will put a link down below in the video description box. This particular oil, fairly inexpensive. A little goes a long way, as with most of these. And it has benefits for other things, as we talked about, like hair growth, hair health, and even as a capping mechanism in your skincare routine at night as a last step. Argan oil, all natural, amazing properties for the skin, a clinically proven, super effective way to treat stretch marks and prevent them. You just can't really go wrong when you have something that's all natural that can provide that kind of result. Everybody, welcome back, and welcome back to me. I've been gone a couple of weeks. You may have noticed I had the flu, that wonderful flu. Even though I got my flu shot, I got it anyway. And then I had a viral infection in my vocal cords as an effect of that flu. And as raspy as I still sound, this is still much better than it was. But the reason for today's video is that a couple of weeks ago, I did a video that's very popular right now on the channel, helping to deal with and eliminate spider veins, varicose veins, and skin redness. Helichrysum oil was the video I did this one. And in that video, I also demonstrated how to take that essential oil and dilute it down properly so that it can be used on the skin without risk of irritation. That brought up a lot of feedback and questions. Is there a way to get this oil pre-mixed? Well, there is. The same company that provided the oil I did in that review, HBNO, or Health and Beauty Natural Oils, actually has this pre-measured, pre-diluted in a roll-on that you can use without having to go through all that work to dilute the oil yourself. Really makes this simple to apply to the areas you want to treat, whether that be the face, the legs, the ankles, wherever you're having spider veins or varicose vein issues, and you get the powerful benefits of this oil for less cost. And if you happen to have missed that video on Helichrysum oil and what it can actually do for your skin, how it works, no worries, I'm attaching it to this video so you can just keep on watching and flow right into that information where I'm going to go over every specific thing you need to know about Helichrysum oil and what it can do for you and those of us who have aging skin issues. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Last week we did a video on spider veins. We talked about using vitamin K both in the diet and in products to help with those. But some comments and questions came up. Because at a point last year, I also did a video on a holistic approach to varicose veins, which of course is going to work still for spider veins, an all-natural oil that can greatly improve circulation, help shrink those tiny capillaries that create spider veins, pull them back away from the surface of the skin, and actually help reduce the swelling of varicose veins. Now, I want to stay here as a skincare professional. Some varicose veins need in-office treatments. They can cause swelling. They can cause pooling of blood in the legs, especially if they occur there. So while this is a holistic approach that will work for a lot of folks, inexpensive, all natural, amazing. I'm going to tell you how to use this oil, what it is, how to mix it. But I must impress upon you, if you are having pain and swelling from varicose veins, you need a doctor's visit. A holistic treatment like this is not going to be enough to solve that problem. So I just want to get that out there, because on this channel, we stick to the facts, the science, and the truth about what works, how well it works, and when you need to go see a medical professional. So the oil that I'm talking about today is Helichrysum oil. It's a special oil. There's several species, actually 3, that get used, but for skincare purposes, and the purpose of what we're talking about today, helping to reduce unsightly varicose veins and also spider veins with an all-natural oil, Helichrysum Italicum is the oil of choice out of those 3 species for this particular issue. And since doing those oil videos last year, I know there were some issues with supply and demand. People needed the oils and that places would run out. So I did some research and have actually found a company I really like, HBNO, and these are the oils that I'm currently using. So I'll put a link down below in the video description box where you can go find out about them and their oils. They're naturally sourced. They're not going to run out of these. They're pure, they're tested, and very effective. So Helichrysum oil. Now this is straight out Helichrysum oil, and we never want to apply essential oils, and this is essentially an essential oil, full strength out on the skin. In rare occasions, that can be done, but with Helichrysum oil, it needs to be diluted down. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very simple with a carrier oil. So the science behind Helichrysum oil and why it works are the properties or the benefits that it brings to the skin. Obviously, I already talked about it increasing circulation, which helps pull these capillaries back from the surface of the skin. It also helps reduce inflammation, and it's packed with antioxidants and anti-carcinogenic properties. So it actually helps your skin cells protect themselves from damaging effects of the environment. So Helichrysum oil is perfect because it helps reduce the swelling or inflammation of varicose veins. At the same time, it helps protect your skin from creating or having problems with new ones. Now, one of my favorite oils to use as a carrier oil, because of its own ability to super hydrate your skin, is jojoba oil. And this 100% pure jojoba oil is a great carrier oil. It's by Desert Essence. And the ratio of essential oil to carrier oil is 3 to 6 drops, depending on the strength that you want, no more than 6 to half an ounce. And to make that easy, that's a tablespoon. So we take a tablespoon of carrier oil, and then we place that in a small bowl where we can stir in the 3 to 6 drops of essential oil. And we simply stir this up, and we have made our own oil. You keep it in a dark container, a dark small glass container. You can order those on Amazon. And we want to apply this oil twice a day, morning and evening, before moisturizer, or you can actually mix some of this oil into your moisturizer and apply it to the areas that you're trying to treat. So to keep this video simple, I'm going to apply this oil to my cheeks and nose, where I tried to make sure that I don't have spider veins come back, and I just massage that in. And then you're done, and you can actually feel this oil beginning to work. It tingles a little bit, but it shouldn't cause any irritation. Always do that patch test on your inner elbow if you've never used an oil like this before. So if you're using Helichrysum oil, test it first, inner elbow, 48 hours, make sure you have no reaction. And that goes the same for any essential oil that you're going to try to put on your skin. Better you have a rash here than on your face. So when should you see results? Well, in studies and research on these type of oils, it usually takes 3 to 6 weeks for you to see a substantial amount of difference. However, within the first few days of applying it, many people report spider veins begin to fade within the first 5 to 6 days, and it continues to improve after that. And then you can continue to use the oil once or twice a day if you want to keep them at bay so they don't come back. So an amazing ancient oil that can provide a lot of benefits for very low cost and give you some really great results with your skin. Again, links down below for HBNO and their oils in the video description box. All right, I hope you guys found this compilation video on skincare oils for specific issues of aging skin, how it might be helpful to you. If you did find it helpful, please like it, share it out, let me know in the comments below. And for even more ways to roll back the clock on skin and body aging, be sure to check out this video that I picked out for you next. Thank you guys for joining me today, spending time with me. I appreciate you. Stay beautiful. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you over on that next video.